What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Sunday. We are going with the floating head for this video. We are a floating head for the moment. And got a couple things I want to talk about in this video. First thing is just a quick little game note for the Seahawks Buccaneers game later today, of course. The second thing is actually a little more important, and it's just going to deal with what I'm going to be doing later today, because today is going to be a slightly atypical Sunday for Seattle sports fans. So let me take a few minutes to talk through that, and then we'll be locked in until game time, basically. But so first thing, the practice squad, the Seahawks elevated two players from their practice squad, safety Jerrick Reed II and nose tackle Brandon Pili. So those two guys are going to be available to play today. And Tampa Bay did not make any practice squad elevations this week. Be right back. I'll take 60 seconds to tell you guys about Sleeper. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you guys about Sleeper. I'll tell you a little secret as well. It's more than just a platform for fantasy leagues. This year, millions of users have enjoyed playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but there's so much more to it. You have live stats, real-time updates of all stats. You have a news feed with lightning-fast updates on players and teams, and a real-time chat where you can engage with other users about plays, performances, games, all kinds of stuff during the sports season. So download Sleeper, experience it for yourself, and don't forget to use my promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit, and pair that with their new promo that will give you a free $20 entry, no deposit needed. So you can use both of those promos. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and going. So check out Sleeper today and use those promos. All right, we are back. So there's not a ton to say about these elevations, of course. Jerrick Reed's kind of a no-brainer with Julian Love being out. And also with Witherspoon being out, just in general, you want more stuff in your secondary. And Brandon Pili, he's kind of the closest thing we have to a true nose tackle, so having him around for even a couple of snaps a game is kind of nice. And he has done some interesting things as a Seahawk so far. Obviously, I don't expect him to get significant snaps, but it is worth noting at all times that the defensive line for the Seahawks right now is very thin. They have good players, but they cannot really afford to sustain any injury. And in the event of a mid-game injury, it's nice to have a guy like Brandon Pili around to come on for a handful of snaps. All right, so that's really all I can say about that. So let's talk about later today. So the Seahawks-Buccaneers game starts at 1:05, 1:05, and the Mariners game, the Mariners playoff game, starts at about 5:03 or something like that, right after 5. So basically, after the Seahawks-Buccaneers game is over, I'm going to do the Bleacher Report stream, half an hour stream over on Bleacher Report where we just talk about the game, as I do after every Seahawks game. So by the way, if you're not following me over there, do so. Download the app, get the app, make an account, follow me, and I'll also be posting a link to the show when it goes live. But that's where you can catch my immediate, like within 5 minutes of the game ending post-game thoughts, right? So we're going to do that stream later today. And then after that stream is over, I'm going to record and post my post-game video for whatever happened in that game. We'll talk about whatever good happened or whatever bad happened or both, whatever. And we will we'll just basically do the typical post-game video that you guys are pretty accustomed to at this point. And then I'll get that video uploaded. I'll get that video processed. I'll make the video public, and then people can see it. But by the time I'm done with those two things, the Mariners game is probably just about to start, or has just started at that point. And you guys know that I like to do a second post-game stream on YouTube after Seahawks games, but clearly that's not really going to work that well tonight, because I'm going to be watching the Mariners game, and most of my viewers are going to be watching the Mariners game. And even if they are able to come into the post-game stream, which I usually do at like 7 until 8, nobody's really going to be talking that much about the Seahawks game, or at the very least, a lot of people are not going to be talking about the Seahawks game. They're going to be talking about the actual live game that is happening right in front of their faces on live TV. So I don't think it makes sense to do the Seahawks post-game stream then. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll plan to do a stream after the Mariners game is over. I am a little bit concerned that a lot of people are going to be they're going to be kind of tired at that point. They're going to definitely be in a place where they're like, I processed enough sports today, and that's whatever happens with the games tomorrow, right? The Seahawks and the Mariners. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do the stream after the Mariners game is over and after we've all had a chance to kind of decompress after whatever happened there. But by then, it is getting a little bit later than I would like to do it. Now, I've done late streams before, and people still show up, so that is probably what's going to happen here. But I may end up skipping the post-game YouTube stream completely. I might just end up saying, well, this week we're just not going to do one because of the Mariners. And usually I don't like to miss stuff in the schedule for any reason. This is a circumstance where I feel like, I don't know, I don't think people would be that into it. I just don't think we'd get very many people there, and a lot of the people there wouldn't even want to talk about the Seahawks. So we might skip the YouTube post-game stream. We might. Keep an eye out for it. I might post something up after the baseball game. Maybe we'll go live at 9 and go until 10. And then, of course, the next day we do the typical morning video after the game, thinking about whatever it is that went down and where the team stands. We're going to have a video going live on the Bleacher Report, the post-game video for the Buccaneers game. But I'm not sure if we're going to be doing a live stream tonight. I know we won't do it at the typical time. Usually I do it from about 7 to 8, maybe 7:30 to 8:30. I don't think that's going to work today. So we're going to improvise here. We're going to be a little bit, we're going to juggle things a little bit, and we're going to play it by ear, and we're going to make a decision very late on whether or not I decide to stream and when I decide to stream if I do. So keep an eye out. We'll see what we do. Again, I will probably do the midweek stream on Tuesday no matter what. I don't think that anything would stop me from doing that. But, excuse me. But tonight just might not be a good night for a post-game stream because, again, if everybody in there, or 70% of the people in there, are just going to want to talk about the Mariners game, then I don't feel like it's going to be a very good stream, and I don't want people who are there for the Seahawks stuff to be frustrated that people aren't talking about the Seahawks. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too hard, but at the very least, we got to push it back. There's no way we can stream during the Mariners game. Okay, see you guys later. Go Hawks. Hopefully we get that win today. And I will be here after the game for sure, but things are going to get moved around a little bit. So see you guys later. Go Hawks. Everybody have a good day.